All right, you guys, welcome back to Mixtape Talks. I'm your host, Jason, and I'm here with my co-host that actually made it back. Welcome back, Marissa.
It feels good to be back.
Clap, 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 clap. How's it feel having a baby now?
It's crazy.
I bet.
Sure, but that'll be another time.
That'll be another time? Okay. All right, another time. Today's guest is a very special guest. It's two-part why it's special. The first part is they are now our official sponsors for the Mixtape Talk, but also they are really good friends and business partners with us now at Self-Made. So I want to introduce to you guys Mills by Mel. Thank you guys for making time to come on the podcast. We have the two co-founders, husband and wife, Melissa and Emmanuel. And if you guys followed myself, Marissa, either of the Self-Made pages, you've probably seen us eat it, promote it, give it out. I mean, what else have we done?
Yeah. Everything.
You've seen us promote pretty heavily with them. It's a product that I believe in, so I thought it was only right that you guys actually have a face now to the company. One of the reasons why we decided to partner with them, besides the food being delicious, bomb, like really bomb, was because of them personally.
Yep.
And I feel like their story has to be shared. What separates them from other food companies, other food prep companies in general. But yeah, you guys, I want to first jump into it by you guys just telling us how you started.
So I started back during COVID. I started by myself. We met shortly after that, but it was more of a, I'm bored, let me do something for myself. And then my friends were like, oh, well, meal prep for me, and meal prep for me. And then it was just something so small. And then I met somebody who loved to cook because mine was just very basic. Mine was just very basic, like your chicken, your rice, your broccoli, vegetables. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a great cooker. But then I met him and he's like, what if like we take this to the next level? And then from there, like the rest was history. So not only is our relationship amazing, but like it kind of worked out, just his love for cooking and both of our love for business.
Love that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Love for business.
Love for business, but love for cooking and make it profitable. So you guys didn't even, so you started it, you were first started cooking, and then how far along after did you guys meet?
So what happened was, COVID came around. We both worked at an insurance sales company, and naturally everyone with COVID, they started to be a little bit more conscious with their spending, and they didn't want to, naturally with us, we took a little bit of a hit. So one day I told us like, hey, you used to do this food prep thing. Why don't we start doing it for ourselves, save a little bit of money? Everything's closed anyways. And we had some of our friends are like, hey, well, why don't you start prepping for us? So we started doing that. And then I started to see that, there's a little potential in this thing. So we started saying, well, hey, why don't we start actually prepping on the weekends and start offering it off to more people? And little slowly but surely, I mean, I still remember some of our first customers. I would get so excited when we'd see their names come through, and it was one of the best things ever. And then, it just started going from there, and we started realizing, man, there's so much more to this opportunity than just delivering meals to somebody, and the ability to create and the opportunities that come from it. It's just been a wonderful journey for us. I think it's just been such a great opportunity to build something that you would generally just see cooking, plating, and deliver. And there's so much more that goes on in the background and the forefront of it, and it's just been such a wonderful journey for us, for sure.
Yeah, you guys have been killing it. I mean, I think I've heard about you guys. I want to say probably COVID, but yeah. I just kind of chalked it up. Honestly, I chalked it up as another food prep company. But I'm always down to support small business. So you guys just never came across my page as someone I would support until we actually met with you guys.
Yeah, Melissa actually reached out to me, and I love the way that it's like she dated us, like how we tell our trainers, like date the person before you try to like seal the deal, right? Like she sent me meals, she gave me a call 2 days later, and for your customer service, I was like, the food was bomb, obviously, but then we clicked, we connected, and then finally got you in the gym, and now you're with both of our gyms, and we love that.
Damn, we dated, huh?
Yeah.
You guys sealed the deal then, because
like, I'm waiting for us to get married.
Yeah. Sorry, Daniel.
I'm seal the ring.
That's awesome. So talking to both of you guys, I know your vision for what the potential of Mills by Mel could be. We're officially building out, what do we want to call them, cafes, or what's the official title we want to give them?
It's kind of hard to pinpoint it, because we're trying to create an experience for someone who's really trying to have a good mold and a good follow through for their healthy lifestyle. So for us, what we're building out, with a great partnership with you guys in Chino Hills to start off with is, I would call it a retail storefront for someone who really wants to stay on top of their goals and be able to have a wide variety of product available to them that fits within their lifestyle instead of constantly having to try to find new diets. So like one of the great things that we're doing, we're sourcing out all these cool vendors to have products that are very difficult to find, or they're a lot harder to find on top of our product, which is the Meals by Mel. So one of the things, we talked about is having exclusive juices and a lot of exclusive product to these storefronts. So the designs came through, they look beautiful, they look gorgeous, super excited to get them going. But the goal is to just create an all-inclusive
One-stop shop in
Exactly.
a sense. Like you can get everything there, from your breakfast, your juices, your
candies,
candies,
Will
your
coffee
snacks.
ever be on?
Coffee. We've already had that conversation. Someone already brought it up to me. But even in the summer, we're already working on hopefully being able to get the vendor in for specific ice cream brands that will be available that fit within that mold.
Wow.
So we just want to be able to create an experience for someone, so they don't have to continuously, and I'm being repetitive with this part, but having to, I struggle with this all my life, finding new diets and finding this and finding what works and breaking every single one of them, as opposed to finding just a good lifestyle, good balance that fits the new one. I'm so able to enjoy my food, enjoy what I'm eating, enjoy what I'm doing, and still not feel like I'm just so restricted
Right.
in my life. And I think that's helped balance me in general in a lot of aspects of my life. So if we can create that one retail experience for individuals,
everybody.
I think that's going to help a lot of people being able to hit their goals and stay consistent with them, and just being able to enjoy life in a way that you should, without having to kill yourself every single day of eating that grilled chicken and that white plain rice every single day of your life. Right.
Right, and I think for the majority of people that are listening, that have tried food prep, I've tried many a food prep. Nothing against anybody in particular that I've had in the past. But one thing that did stand out is the variety of meals that you guys have. It's not held to just chicken breast. You guys have what is the one you came out with, like a chocolate?
My favorite.
The chocolate steak.
Chocolate steak.
It's a Chipotle chocolate steak with the low-fat mac and cheese and roasted carrots.
He does it way better than I do. So
Yes, absolutely delicious.
some of my favorite is the linguine salmon. I mean, I could
the
go on
salmon
and
is
on and
bomb.
on about the meals, but my wife, I would say, is more of just like your average healthy individual that looks for meals. We go to like Waba Girl and stuff like that, and she's very picky. And I think I told Melissa that, like,
Yeah.
she's like, send them to your wife, like, I'm gonna send them to you. And my wife loved them. The turkey spaghetti, the salmon, the buffalo
white
chicken
wine.
wrap. Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
yes.
lot. And I think, to me, that's what stood out the most was not everybody is trying to be a bodybuilder. Not everybody wants to restrict your life. Most of the people that come to our gyms are just looking for a healthier alternative,
Lifestyle.
a healthier lifestyle. And what you guys give is a variety of meals, whether it be breakfast, snacks, or dinners, that fits somebody's lifestyle. Right? You're not going to be there and just eating plain chicken breast, like you said. And the fact that you guys have been able to switch out your menu, I feel like every
We change it every month.
Yeah,
every
we try
month-
to have quite a bit of change throughout the month. And what you're saying is right on point. I mean, if you look at me and my beautiful wife here, we're not bodybuilders, but we also understand that there needs to be a good balance of health in our lives.
Exactly.
And we also understand that we're restricted on time, so we have 3 kids, newborn. And so it's very difficult. I love cooking, but it doesn't, it's my peaceful time. But now with my kids and everyone running around and everyone saying, when's dinner gonna be ready? Well, shoot, it's 8:00. Let me finish up. They're like, we want to eat at 6. So it becomes very difficult for, a household that has a lot moving in a lot of aspects of their life that are on time restrictions, to be able to have the convenience to cook for a full family. And not everybody wants to eat that, like we said, right? So having those type of meals, part of that inspiration came from having my wife. When she was pregnant, she goes, well, I don't want to eat, skinny prep. So that was a big inspiration for us to think about the working moms, the working dads, the household families that, maybe they're not gym rats, but they, you go to McDonald's, you're spending $12 a meal now, and you're getting crazy amounts of calories, crazy amounts of fats, and saturated and polysat and all these micronutrients that aren't really good for you in any sense in any way. So why not create an alternative that's still filling, that's still good, feels like you're eating, good food, doesn't have to feel like you're eating meal prep, and still within that, calorific range, the macronutrients that fit with what you're trying to do, regardless of your lifestyle.
And your price point is comparable to them going to Burger King or
Yes.
McDonald's, which
I don't know how you guys do it, but don't
Yeah.
don't disclose it on here because I know you guys have a lot of competition. But it always amazes me. Even other people that had food prep companies before that have tried yours is like, so what's their overhead or what's this? Like, I don't know, but all I know is that they're doing really well because, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Besides being inside the self-mades, you're inside Chino Hills, West Covina, and Long Beach. Just the fridges. What we're looking for this year, you guys, is super exciting. If you're in the Chino Hills, Ontario, and even the Upland area, or West Covina areas, we're building, I'm just going to call it like a wellness bar.
Yeah.
Right. And just kind of like what Emmanuel talked about. I saw the rendering and I was so excited. It looks like a Klatch coffee shop. We want the vibe, you guys, to be when you walk in, you can set your laptop up, you can do some work, you can have a healthy meal, you can have a juice, you can have a grab and go for your family after you're done working out. So the partnership between us is going to be, we want your experience in self-made to be a positive one, of course. But also we want to make sure we cover all of our bases, and we know nutrition is important, and what better company than you guys. But besides the self-made, you guys have also earned, how many gyms are you guys in right now?
As of currently, we are in about 15, and we're ready to go into about 12 over the next month.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So yeah, our goal is to really bring, we love partnerships, and we've been blessed with the opportunity to work with you guys, and it's been such a great opportunity. And to us, it's very important for our brand to be able to accessible in multiple areas. Like, we have a lot of people that hit us up from San Diego and this and that, and we would love to, but the logistics. And so we're trying to look for strategic partnerships to be able to bring the accessibility to our product to as much people as we possibly can, because it goes back to the same thing. If you have accessibility to product that's not super expensive and not crazy and can be the great alternative to what you're currently eating, that's a great goal of ours to be able to provide. And so, that's the reason behind us going into gyms, because not a lot of people are aware that you could eat healthy for the same price that you're paying now.
Yeah.
And so to us, that's a big part of why we want to get into all these gyms and put the product out there and have the ability to have that pushed in that aspect as well.
Yeah, I mean,
super exciting.
You guys have saved me so much money.
Yeah.
If I showed you my door, Marissa and I always joke about this. If you looked at my DoorDash account, you'd be like, fuck, bro, this is where all your money goes. But now, we haven't had the urge to want to go out because we have such a variety of meals, such options.
And my husband is like, hates meal prep. He's like, I don't want the chicken and rice. And if Gil's grabbing that from the fridge, then you guys are doing something right.
You know what? Our kids are very picky. So
Yeah,
a lot
kids.
of our menu also comes from like our kids. Like, what do they like? Because again, if we're gonna eat that for dinner, what are they gonna eat for dinner? So there's days where we're all sitting, the four of us, because the baby doesn't eat yet. I'm sure he'll be on Meals by Mel.
That's
But-
spaghetti for him.
But like we're all sitting in the like kitchen table and we're all having like our own little meal prep tray. And we're all having Meals by Mel for dinner. So, I mean, a lot of it does come, like the menu does come from, again, not only what is a bodybuilder going to eat, but what is the average mom going to eat? What is the hardworking dad going to eat? What are our kids going to eat? And it's healthy, it's enjoyable,
And it's affordable.
and it's affordable.
Especially with this. And to anyone listening that is a bodybuilder and you're like, oh, well, you kind of cut us out. I specifically get my meals customized. So you're able to do customized meals. You're able to buy meat in bulk.
Yep.
I know some of you guys are eating 6 to 8 ounces of meat. They can accommodate that as well. I love the shrimp. I can vouch for, I eat
You
the
just ate it
shrimp.
cold right
I just ate a
now.
cold shrimp plate right now. Meals by Mel. Look on my stories.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone now. But yeah, I want to kind of just real quick talk about the personal. Like, how you guys are been married for how long?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years, and the business is taking off. Have you guys found it difficult to still kind of feel like you guys are going through that happy marriage phase while doing the business? Has it been challenges for you guys?
She's looking at me.
I know you guys look at each other.
But you know what? No. And the reason why is from the very beginning of our relationship, business aside, because when we met each other, there was no business. It was just relationship. And to us, for myself, getting a little personal about myself, I was single for 6-7 years on purpose to try to find myself, to try to find my confidence, figure out my self-doubt and all the issues that were wrong with me. So when I met her, she got me at the right time. And I got her at the right time, I believe, because to us, the number one principle that's always been established is communication. No matter how you feel, no matter how it makes you feel, no matter how uncomfortable the conversation is, we have it. Because having that initial conversation is what restricts or really provides a great alternative to the future fights. And so for us, communication is absolutely key. Finding different ways to articulate the issues and finding different ways to communicate, whether it's emotionally, mentally. We understand each other's body language, and we're on top of it, of being able to be ahead of it so that none of us feels a certain way. I see her sometimes, she feels distressed. Well, talk to her. Well, I don't want to talk about it. No, okay, well, when you're ready, then we talk. And so we've brought that into our business, because in our business, there's a whole different stress apart from our life. And we have 3 kids, great kids, but nonetheless, they're kids.
Yeah.
They're kids. And so there's so many different challenges that present itself on a daily basis. Our son got something at school, or this and that. Just recently they were playing and my poor daughter got hit in the face.
Oh,
black eye. You guys saw it. Yeah. So there's,
And
there's
now
all
she
these
lost her
challenges.
tooth, right?
And she
lost
but
it too.
the day after the
I
black
told her,
eye,
I was
she
like,
was
girl, you look like
jump-
you got a rough week. But
the day after the black eye, swollen shut, she was jumping off that couch. I'm like, did you not learn your lesson?
Yeah.
She's like, no.
she's
God,
just enjoying it.
I wish we could put a picture on there, because her face looked like she just got out of a
She
UFC
had a rough
fight.
week, let's just say that.
Looked like she broke her
And then the
orbital.
next day we were playing like a family game and she won $20. And I'm like, pose. And she's like this.
And that's the key. It's just communication has been such a big factor, even in our business. We know we've learned how to separate the husband and wife to the business partner.
That's important.
When we walk
Yeah.
into the office, we understand there's nothing personal there. This is business. We talk, we communicate. We get on accountability, and when we go home, sure, we'll have naturally conversations about our business, but it's not a business interaction. It's more of a husband-wife interaction of how we're feeling, how our day went, what our struggles were, and us venting and communicating to each other. So I think that's really been such a good platform for us to build on, because the communication in our relationship has probably been the main reason why we're able to maintain that new marriage, on a consistent basis. And, I think it's helped us express ourselves emotionally tremendously as well.
Yeah, I think you guys make a great team. That's
Yeah,
one thing that
100%.
I told Marissa I was really confident in partnering with you guys in Chino Hills, was because you guys look like a very cohesive team. You guys act like it. You guys don't just do it on Instagram or in front of us. I've seen it, outside of the gym. So for me, I think you guys make an awesome team. I think you guys each have your strengths, and you guys both play on those very
Exactly.
well.
Absolutely.
But be honest, how hard is it to see your spouse every single day?
Well,
Because I mean, look,
says that
I love my wife,
I love you, babe,
but
but
I work with her all the
I mean,
time.
he says it like people will call him and he's like, and I look at him, I'm like, get off of the phone. We just got home. And he's like, oh, like I need to get off. I'm going to spend time with my wife. And people are like, you were just with her all day. And I'm like, he even says this, he's like, that's not my wife. That's my business partner.
True.
Yeah.
At the office, we are not married. Like we are in business, we are working. Yeah, like do we sneak our little kisses in here and there? But then when we get home, it's just like it's us. Like we get to just decompose and just be our lovey-dovey selves. But in the office, it's very like straightforward. He treats me just like he treats any other employee.
Brittany.
She's with us.
Ask Brittany. There's times where I'm just like watching when he's yelling at me, and I can tell Brittany's like, "Oh my god!" But
Brittany's like, she's like, you. Oh my God, I'm next.
literally. But yeah, no, there's no like special treatment. I think he probably yells at me more than he yells at anybody else in the office.
To be fair, my yelling is it's like a very
Like a very stern.
deep tone. Yeah, there's no actual yelling. Just FYI.
You're so lucky Brittany doesn't have a mic.
very-
If Brittany had a mic, she may say otherwise.
My voice just naturally gets deeper. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
No, but I mean, yeah, it works out for us. And
it also helps that I'm very obsessed with my wife. So there's also that.
That
Helps.
is awesome.
I tell him, I'm like,
my
what
wife is
if I was like you? What if I was like always wanting to be all over? He's like, it wouldn't work out.
Wouldn't work out.
He's like, only one of us can be overly obsessed with
true.
the
It's
other. I'm like,
balance.
oh.
It's balance. It's all balance.
I like that. I apologize ahead of time, because I call Emmanuel we call each other for everything. And sometimes I know you guys were on your way to a Laker game, and I go, I have this idea, and I called him, and you answer every single time I call. So I appreciate that, and I try to give you the same respect. But I know we're very like-minded in the sense, like visionaries, I can say, right? You took a simple meal prep company, and I don't even want to call it simple, because anyone out there, you guys that has a meal prep company, kudos to you guys. Keep on pushing, keep on growing. The same thing I tell with people that have gyms, right? There's a gym in every single corner of my current gyms, both of them. And I will never badmouth the gym. I'll never talk bad about it, because I understand the struggles that an entrepreneur goes through, from finding a building and all the other stuff that happens. But the vision you had and you executed within a short amount of time is what impresses me the most. We went from just a meal prep company to a fridge to we're building a full scale wellness kind of center inside South May. I think you got a design team in within a week or two. It's amazing to see. It's something that I'm very grateful for partnership wise, but also I want to kind of talk about what you guys do for our trainers, right? So you guys are, and if someone wants to correct me, they can. You guys are the only food prep company that I know that doesn't just give meals or discount codes to trainers. You guys actually provide them with commissions.
Yes.
Correct.
Right. So I know a lot of my trainers at the Chino Hills location are making anywhere from $300 to $400 to $500 a month.
Some of them, yeah.
Right. Some of them on referring food, and they get commission off of the grab and go meals that we have inside the gym and referring meals.
Correct.
Right. So how did that come to? What do you feel is the advantage of, like, I don't know, giving out that? I mean, as a business owner, for me, I'm thinking, you guys are giving out a lot of money. Like, do you see it as that, or what do you see it as?
You know, we both come from sales, commission sales, and there is nothing better than to push something that you're being compensated for. Let's just be
Exactly.
straightforward
Yeah,
about it, right?
sure.
You can believe in a product all day long, but if you're not being compensated in a way that makes sense, it's very difficult for you to go out of your way or to do something that is increasingly above than just the favor that's being provided. So we just gave free meals. Thanks for the free meals. I'll give a shout out, you know. But when you're compensating someone, they feel a little bit more like, oh man, there's actual opportunity for me to grow here. So for me personally, you know, one of the things I think that's really helped us create a proper vision for it is I love cooking, and don't get me wrong, I think I'm great at it. You know, if I cook you guys a whole different way, I'm like, oh, this is much better than your prep, right? But for me, I come from sales and marketing. And so I understand the business vision a little bit different than just a cook. And, you know, one thing that I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with is they're really good at something and they start a business with it, but they get so stuck to the trade and the craft that they fail to distinguish the opportunity and the actual business structure, the organization, the movement, and the next step, because they're so caught up in doing the craft that they love. Yeah. And it makes it very difficult for someone to grow. And to put into perspective, if we really wanted to, we can have a small team and we would, you know, be, you know, financially amazing, but we would have no life. And to us, our vision for our personal selves is to create something that not only for ourselves, but for our children. And that comes from understanding that we can't do it all, right? And so when it comes to the commissions and all that different stuff, we've understood that there's no one better to push a product, not only someone that believes in it, but also has the access to be able to show someone what this product can do. And that's why we chose to partner with trainers right off the bat. I remember when we came into your guys' gym, like, we're going to sponsor all of them. You're like, what?
I mean, I've never heard of that.
And I love it because you guys don't just target like the popular trainers, right? You give
Absolutely not.
everyone an equal opportunity. Like if you have 200 followers, if you have 5,000, it doesn't matter, because if you're getting your quality people to buy that product, then you're going to be getting good on your commission. So that's what I loved. It wasn't like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
I
I love
want
it.
5. No, you're like, we're giving everybody the opportunity.
Absolutely.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
We
I think
never
the
did
first meeting we had, you're like, I need your whole trainer list because all of them are sponsored athletes now. And I was
we're
like,
all-
excuse me?
And you know what though? At the end of the day, everyone's going to make what they make out of it. You know, they're going to, whatever they put into it, it's what they're going to make out of it. And for us, it's just giving someone an opportunity to make that extra revenue, you know, extra $400 or $500. That's someone's car payment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's someone's car
Oh, no,
payment.
that's huge. I mean,
You know, partial
no one
credit.
could ever discredit. I mean, 400 or 500, even a couple $100.
Right.
I mean, we always, when you break down the pie, whatever your pie is, like your expenses, that is a portion of the pie. And Marissa and I loved it because we all are about giving opportunity to our trainers, and you know, whether it be online training, coaching them like we do, and now having you guys that they can also create an income
Another,
with.
stream of
it's,
income.
It's amazing. Like you know, the trainers we have now, they're generating income from everywhere.
Yes.
Besides just training, and you guys are a big part of that. So you know, we thank you guys for that. We thank you guys for taking care of the trainers. We have a lot of trainers that listen to this podcast. Anyone that's like interested in getting sponsored by you guys, or what do you guys specifically look for in sponsoring like someone to represent your meals?
Well, I mean, to us, I think it really just depends on someone who's willing. I mean, when we opened up so we have our elite athlete, which is going through where you work right now. But when we first started that, it was finding social media partners that, you know, had, to be honest, a good following and such a stuff. But then we discovered you can have someone who has 200 followers on
And they would
Instagram,
put in the
but
work.
their client base is the most loyal client base you can possibly imagine. And so for us, we don't really look for a certain metric when it comes to the social media aspect of it. We try to find a way of who this person is and how they operate, and, you know, how often do they train and what they give to their clients, because if you find someone that their clients believe in, and this person actually believes in your product, it's going to be a lot easier for them to translate that product to their clientele. Yep. And, that comes back down to being that good of a personal trainer, where you're successful because your clients believe in you individually because of the work that you put in them. And so to us, I think that's what we look for. We look for someone who has integrity and works hard and shows it. We've had multiple requests all the time, and we take into consideration those people, because if someone really wants something, they're going to perceive and they're going to be persistent towards it, and they're not going to give up just because their first message didn't get read. And unfortunately, we have so many messages that come through, and not to everybody, sometimes messages get lost, and we're just like, oh man, did you see that message from 2 weeks ago? No. Oh, someone put it on red. And so that makes it a little bit difficult sometimes to get back to everybody. But I think it's just a persistency of someone to show that they're willing to do the work. And for us, that shows that that's a good representative for our brand, because I think that that's what we built on. Like you said, taking, to truth be told, a simple meal and creating something different out of it. It's the persistency to break into barriers that we didn't know was possible.
Yeah.
And so that's what we love. We love partnering up with them. I mean, that's what we love being with you guys, because you guys take the self-made concept, it's just a gym, right, in theory, but you guys do so much more with it. We see all the time, you guys are we will stop by and you guys are having the consultations, and you guys are training your trainers and how to be better. And I see Cynthia, your lead trainer, and Ricky, they're doing such great things to try to help and pour into these people. And to us, we love that, because I think that's what our business is built in. And I think, Brittany's here. She can, short time that she's been with us, I always tell her the same thing. If you ever leave this company, that's fine. But if you're going to leave, you're going to leave with new skills, and you're going to leave with a new mindset, so that if you do go somewhere else, you're worth more and you have more value to yourself.
Awesome.
Right. And we want the same thing with
our philosophy.
anyone that we work with. That's what we want at the end of the day. Be able to, positively contribute in some way, in some format, whether it's monetary, financial, mental growth, emotional growth, in any way that we can do it. That's what we love.
No, I love that. And part of the exciting part about you guys now being sponsored with us, or being our official sponsors for Mixtape Talks, is we get to actually interview your athletes. Yeah. So I'm excited to see. I know you guys have an array of athletes. Some of them are mothers, single moms. Some of them have family life. And for me personally, going back to the meals, it's just so convenient, because when I get home, I don't have to spend time grocery shopping, cooking. I could be with my family, because same thing, I see my wife maybe 2 hours a day. Right. So spending time cooking and cleaning isn't what I want to do. Exactly. And now I have the Meals by Mel to open it. But I know you guys have an array of athletes. You have, shout out to Vinny, Fit Like Vinny.
Yes.
He's a real one.
He's just
Vinny
an athlete.
is a real one.
Right.
Yes. But he has been writing.
But Vinny's life is different than someone that you have that's a mother of two.
Yeah.
And then someone else that's maybe younger. So you guys have a very diverse team, which I love, and I'm excited to interview them. And this partnership is with Mixtape Talks is going to be awesome, because anyone that is affiliated with Meals by Mel, you will have the opportunity now to share your story with us on here, and it just keeps pouring into each other's cup. Is the way I look at it.
Exactly.
And so part of this partnership with Self-Made, with this, is just we pour into each other's cups until we're all full.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I think we set a yacht somewhere, right?
Somewhere.
Is the goal.
One day.
That's
Even
all
if we
fun.
rent it for that.
A yacht rental.
Stop insurance for that 1 hour.
But you guys, I want you guys to be excited if you're in the Long Beach area, if you're in the Chino Hills area, if you're in the West Covina area, because these are where the founding, I'm going to call them wellness centers for now. Yeah. Like health centers are going to be inside Self-Mades. I know you guys have plans to put them in other places, but I know we're going to be the pioneer locations. The Self-Made in Long Beach, shout out to Adam and his wife. They're going to have the same setup. And I'm excited because I always wanted like a one-stop shop.
Yes. Yep.
You could come in before your workout, take your pre-workout, have a meal, have a juice. In the case of Chino Hills, you can take a shower after, get your breakfast there, heat it up. It's literally, we're gonna
get a drip.
Yeah, I mean, get a drip. I mean, I was gonna say take over, but I don't want to be that aggressive. We're gonna be a one-stop shop gym, and I'm excited.
That's always been our goal.
It's always been our goal.
And it's just nice that we finally found partners to do that with, because like Jason said, we've had so many meal prep companies come, but the vision and you guys being so authentic in your delivery, like it's so hard to find that. So knowing like now we're all married for the next 5 or so years.
Well, that's what my contract said.
but what's nice is knowing like we're not stuck in it. We're genuinely excited to see you guys grow, see the gyms grow, and ultimately there's enough food for all of us to eat, which we always say.
Ooh, did you plan that?
I got a bunch of plates in my
So I want to thank you guys for taking time out, because I know you guys are on your way to another meeting. Thank you, Brittany, for rescheduling some stuff for them. Brittany's their assistant, by the way. She's sitting in the corner.
We're gonna have her picture right here.
Yeah.
We'll put me up
We're
for
like,
that.
this is Brittany.
But the opportunity for you guys to, or thank you for the opportunity for you guys to partner with us on Mixtape Talks and on our gyms. But we're excited for everything. Is there anything that you guys can share that you guys want to tell about your company to the people that may be listening?
I mean, for my part, I just want to thank everybody. Like he was saying, when we first started taking orders, we'd be like, oh my God, this person ordered again. And believe it or not, it's been 2 years and we have so many clients and we still seek those people that ordered from us from the beginning. I get so excited. I tell them, oh my God, look, this person ordered. And it was when we used to deliver to them and when we used to cook out of our kitchen and they're still ordering from us. And to our trainers, believe it or not, there was a time where he was like, okay, well, this other person's going to take care of the trainers now. And I fought him. I'm like, no, those are my trainers. I'm like, you don't touch my trainers. I have like made relationships with them and I adore them and I walk in and I see them and like, it's so nice to just have that relationship with them. I'm like, don't touch my trainers. Those are my trainers.
So I didn't touch your trainers.
Yeah. So we appreciate every single one of them, every single trainer, every person that orders from us, all our employees. I mean, without them, we would not be where we're at and we would not be growing how we're growing. And it's so emotional to me. Maybe it's just a baby thing.
No.
I'm like, maybe it's just a baby thing, but I love it. I love every person in our business. I love every client. I mean, it's just so personal to me and I'm so grateful for all of it.
And that's why I love family-owned businesses, because you guys think about other people's family in the process. I know, at least I know we do, right? We
Yeah.
think of your personal as well as what your business mind is. And you guys are so authentic with everything. And I have never met a food prep company that cared so much about the people they sponsor, the people that buy their meals. If there ever was a complaint, I know you address it within, God, like a second.
Yeah.
I think there was maybe one ever that I did, and she was on it, apologetic. It has nothing to do with it. So you guys are on top of it, and it is something to be emotional about because you guys are creating something, right? It's not just for you guys, but it's for people that are going to see results off of your meals, people that you guys are going to help. So it's great, and you guys will definitely see and hear more from Emmanuel and Melissa in the future because they are official sponsors with us now, and we'll be doing a lot of events at the gym. We'll be doing a lot of events here. We have a huge,
social
we have a
coming up.
mixtape social, which we'll talk a little bit more about on another podcast. A huge event that we'll be hosting September this year. But thank you guys so much for making time.
Thank
you.
I appreciate
Thank you
it.
guys so much for having us.
We'll put all their social medias and where to find them and how to order from Meals by Mel.
Yes.
Use discount code. No, I don't have it.
Actually, we do have a discount code.
You
Do
do
I?
it. You
Yeah.
just have to go.
Discount code.
It's Mix15. You can use it and get 15% off.
Mix 15.
There you
Right
go.
after this, I got to do the commercial for it. Thank you guys again. We love you. Till next time.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Thank you.